Hi, welcome back to the table. It's Amy with Notes from Past Amy, and I'm thinking about my collection recently. There have been a lot of videos about the size of our collection and hot takes, desizing, that's not the right word, downsizing, that's the right word, or destashing. I've been watching a lot of things about pen shows, Chicago show, and whatever the other show was that recently happened. I don't keep them very straight because pen show is a pen show at this point to me, except for DC, which is like huge. But there's a lot of stuff going around right now. One of those things is the 10 pen collection that Drew Brown mentioned in a Goulet video about hot takes. And I responded to that video right away. I was nice, of course, but the point I disagreed most with was his 10 pen collection. I don't think I could do that. But then I got to thinking about it. Which pens would I keep? Would I really miss the pens that didn't fall into the categories? And I thought it would be a great exercise. So we're going to do that. I'm pretty sure I need more than 10 pens. But according to Drew's guidelines, number one, a stub nib. And this is what I've chosen. This is a London Pen Co. C14. And it's threaded for Bock nibs. And I did get a stub on it. This has always been a stub nib pen of mine. I got the Bock 1.5. It's gone through a couple nib changes. Right now it's got an Opus 88 1.5 stub. Maybe it got a 1.1, but it wrote really, really broadly. Anyway, whatever it was, it wrote super wide. And right now it's got the Opus 88 1.5. I might change this to a Nemazine stub. I'm not really sure, but this pen is a great size. I'm pretty sure this section is like it's not grippy, but it kind of is. It's like a matte finish, maybe, and then this is polished. Can you see the difference? This pen is such a great size. And I got it on a flash sale right after my birthday, so I had birthday money, and so glad I picked this up. The category stub nib, I should probably make note of, huh? That would be wise. Stub nib. This is really lovely. I got this secondhand, this nib, in a lot of nibs, and yes, size 6. I just pulled out the Bock nib and feed, and then put in, I don't even remember if I used the same Bock feed or if I put in a different feed that probably came with this Opus 88. Either way, it is in a Bock housing. That's how this is working, but it's lovely. This is a much better nib than came with this pen. London Pen Co. It's hard for me to write big enough. That's why I might change it to the Nemazine 0.8. That way it's still wide, but this did work beautifully to not address, but I was filling out some certificates for my studio recital this past weekend, and they look amazing. It worked so well. And this ink is Arctic Blast from Diamine. Arctic Blast. So lovely. See, now that I'm using it, I usually leave this pen on the desk, and so it's not as handy as those pens that are in my cases, but it is lovely, and I don't know if I really want to change it. So pretty, and I love this ink. Okay, next was a pocket pen. Let's keep going. This is 4 minutes in. I'm on page 2. This is my Elite. I got this recently. It's one of the Franken pens I picked up off Reddit. The pieces don't actually go together. This should sit all the way down to the gold and make one band, but these seem to be pieces from 2 different Elites, so they don't quite fit together. But this is an older Elite. You can tell with the 18 karat nib here, and it is a script nib. So since this is my only pocket pen, this wins for pocket pen. It was not hard to choose. And in a recent swap, I asked for Rohr and Klinger Verdigris, thinking that was green. I don't know why. It's not green. It's a teal, but it's lovely. Pilot. Elite. We're just going to call it an Elite, even though it's an Elite Franken in my records. 18K script. Yep. With Roar and Clear. Verdigris. It's nice. It's supposed to be a little stubby. Great for cursive writing. I don't know, but it's my pocket pen, so writes well, qualifies, moving on. This one is not inked. This I'm putting under expendable pen. Let's just dip it. This is a kit pen from Barry's Pens on Etsy. I've had this over a year, and I put this under expendable pen because, why did I put this under expendable pen? Because it's one of the cheapest pens I could find that is still a decent size. That's basically why. So I just hold it where it's a little grippier, and then really enjoy the two-tone nib. That handle shimmered beautifully. So, I mean, it was probably no more than an Eco. We get along really well. That's just the baseline. We get along really well. I wouldn't be heartbroken if I lost it, but I like the pink-purple acrylic combination. It does have a converter in there that it came with, but no complaints. This pen has been doing really, really well. And I just dipped it into some mixed ink, Diamine, Peacock Flare, and Tropical Glow. Barry's Pens. Etsy. It's an unbranded, just German, whatever, nib, two-toned, and it works. It just works. Diamine ink. See? Doesn't have a size on it or anything, but it works. And I have no complaints. So, I've kept it, and I plan on using this for travel in July when I go out of state. So, somehow it got put under expendable and not under travel, but I think that's because my travel pen ended up being quite pricey. This is going under premium pen. This is my most expensive pen, so I figured that was a good place for this one. Premium. Sometimes it'll give me a little extra ink, so we'll see how it's feeling today. I'm not sure if that depends on the weather or what exactly, but this is the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande in the Fioritura Viola. And I just got a fine nib. It's not a flex or anything, because I really wanted that La Fenice pattern. So, there it is. Oh, and I have Cross Violet in this. I totally forgot that part. Cross Violet ink. This is only the second ink I've had in here since getting the pen, because it fills with a lot of ink. So, here we go. This, the new, I selected for category 5, the high ink capacity, because they come with, at least this one did, and surely the other ones do too. They come with those long international cartridges, and I mean they hold a ton of ink. So, since I only have one piston pen, and I don't have any TWSBIs, are they all piston? Surely they're not. I don't know. I've never used a TWSBI. Since I just have that one, I'm going with this long international cartridge pen. I was going to come up with something more clever, but yep, this is just a pen. Benu Euphoria. The cartridges work great. I have used them before, and they last such a long time, especially with the fine nib. This is also a beautiful blue. I love these so much. These are probably my favorite blues at the moment. That's not Arctic Blast. This is Arctic Blast. What? Oh no, one of these is messed up. Does anyone care? Should I look in my book? There's no way those are this. I'll bet this is Arctic Blue, not Arctic Blast. I'll bet that's what happened. They're both great colors, and everyone knows Benus write so well. This fine writes more broadly than my other fine. Oh yeah, this was a fine. I needed a couple fine nibs in here because if I was going to give this any chance at working, had to have a couple fine nibs. But I'm not staying at 10. Don't worry. I need my pens. Number 6, flexible nib. Oh, come on. You haven't used me this week. I know, I've been really busy. Okay, good enough. Flexible nib. Okay, I love my FPR Ultraflex nibs, which is what this one has on it. I also love my Waterman 52s. But if I'm picking for a 10-pen collection, no others, as much as I love my 52s, you can still see the ink from the last couple of days, even though I've washed and washed. I get so inky with them because they are tiny. I love them, but they're tiny. So I can use this one for a lot longer period of time. Of course, I just hold it back further where it's more comfortable, and we get along quite well. So this is an FPR Ultraflex that I just threw into a JoWo plastic feed and housing combo, and it's living there quite well. I don't usually have to prime it. Had a little bit of trouble getting going, but it seems fine now. And I have an ink in here that I think you can still get at Vaness, but it's an old formula. Oh, come on, behave. Van Diemen. Twilight Mist. Good thing I wrote that down. So I'm not cataloging this at all, but it was $1 for 4 mils, and I wanted to try it, and it's so pretty. Look at that purple. Oh, it's beautiful. So beautiful. So that's what I picked for flexible nib. The pen itself, like the body, is a Herbert Pen Company. It was the, whoops, here we go. Goulet Pen Co. Spring 2019 collaboration. This is pen number 168 of 300. Really pretty. The material is belladonna. That's what Goulet called it. It's actually got another name if you would just choose this acrylic off the website. And I don't know if it's still available because that was a few years ago. But a great pen. Okay, here we go. Here's the travel pen. And why did I pick this one for a travel pen? I'm trying to remember why I picked this for a travel pen. Why did I pick this? I picked these yesterday and then didn't have time to do the video. So why did I pick this for a travel pen? Because this is quite expensive for a travel pen. We've got a number 10 Pilot nib here in the soft, fine, medium variety. It's quite lovely. It's not going to stay in this body, probably, but it looks kind of basic. I think maybe that's why I picked it. If I want to get a little line variation, I can, but it looks just kind of a basic pen, and it's durable. I feel like this acrylic is, how do I explain this? It's like nice. It's got a little bit of weight to it, and it feels good. It's a little small, but pretty nice. It never has trouble writing. I'm enjoying this color. It's a little bit bright, but overall we're getting along quite well, and for some reason yesterday I thought it was a fantastic choice for a travel pen, so we're just going to go with it. Travel pen. Why am I writing this one so big? That's a great question. Pilot Custom 742, a number 10 soft fine medium, and I inked this with something pink, obviously. Oh, it's got a Pilot ink. I thought that was so funny because I don't usually match the inks brand with the pen brand. Probably because I have a lot of like custom brands, but I don't know. It worked out this time. Kosu Mosu. So a durable travel pen. That's what I picked. On to number 8. Broad nib. I have one broad nib. It's my owl nib. And this owl nib has been engraved. I did not like it at all as a regular broad nib. This is from Carolina Pen Company. It does have a little bee there on the side. I hated this nib when it first came as a broad. And so I sent it off to be ground this time last year. And I got it back in August. It is now a Perspective from Custom Nib Studio, and it is gorgeous. I also have this grind that was done on a medium. Oh, they're so beautiful. So beautiful. And I need both of them, but we'll get to that. Broad nib. This is a Woodshed. This is my shortest pen, but for some reason, this combination just works. I don't know what blank it is. And it is inked with, well, we're going to go ahead and say this is a broad. Oh, Perspective. Let's put that on there. An ink that I make and love. Depending on the paper, it could be more blue, and it could be more purple. But I called it Cinderella's dress when I made it. So beautiful. Thinner, thicker. I love this nib. So lovely. And then we were supposed to pick an extra fine nib, and I only have this one extra fine nib right now. This Miura, look, you can tell there's a tail in there. It's a 14K fine. No, extra fine. Extra fine. So there wasn't a lot of deliberating for this one. It writes like a regular fine, but it's an extra fine, so Miura. It's not the Aventus Parteno. Okay. Extra fine. Doesn't it look like a fine? Looks like a fine, right? And this is Private Reserve Daphne Blue. Too bright. Once you keep writing, it lightens up to the true color of Daphne Blue, which is much lighter. Half this darkness, probably. But as it sits now, it's about what I want. I think I want a little more of a teal instead of, what color would I call that? It's a little too blue. I want more green in it, I think, for this pen, but I'm working on it. And then for pen number 10, we were supposed to have a TWSBI swipe, according to Drew. I've never used a TWSBI. I don't have a TWSBI. So I picked a pink pen because, look at this. Pink needs representation. So I picked a pink pen. I call this one Barbie. She is by Divine Pens Plus. Pink Brilliance, Pink Radiance, Pink something or other. It's a diamond cast, and it's just pink. She is so sparkly. Yeah. And I put a Franklin Christoph Nagahara fine cursive italic, I think it is, on here. It's beautiful. So beautiful. She came with a medium, but I'm not a medium broad type person, so fine cursive italic, yes. So pretty. Wild. Okay, and we're going pink. Divine Pens Plus, fresh from Florida. The nib that comes on this actually has palm trees. Yep. Fine cursive italic. And it's inked with a very similar color. Look at that. I did not realize how similar those were. Private Reserve Rose Rage. Well, what do you know? Those are really close. Yeah. And so if I had to pick 10, keep only 10, I guess those would be it, but I'm really not satisfied just with the 10. I think I need more than 10. Does anyone else feel that way? I know you do, because I've seen some videos that are like, I am not decreasing my collection. You know what? I have to be with you right there. I can't decrease my collection either. I need my Waterman 52s. Sometimes I just need that flex. It's probably a little less than this, but we get along so well. It fits my normal size writing just beautifully. And there's something about the spring of these vintage Watermans that's different than the FPR Flex. And I love the little heart cutout on the nib. I also love having 4 different colors in Flex pens. I like having this gold, which I darken too much with, anyway. I usually have golden sands in here, so it's a little bit lighter, a little more golden. It still dries to a beautiful golden brown color. Not quite so yellow, but still lovely. I'm going to use the rest of that mix. I like having a purple. I like having Tropical Glow. If you've been around here before, you know Tropical Glow is one of my all-time favorite inks. I adore that ink so much. And I also need a pink. So I'm used to having all 4 of these inked. I know they're all Flex nibs. We got 2 FPRs and 2 Waterman 52s. I need them all. As much as we need more than one fountain pen, I need all of them. They are all staying. And at one point, I will figure out how to get these into bigger bodies, but so lovely. I probably don't actually need, but I really enjoy having a manifold nib. I know it has a broken clip, but I have all my Watermans for a reason. I got them at a really good price. This one likes to have extra ink on the nib. I think it has something to do with the lever fill system and me not being used to vintage pens. But, whoa, are you getting low on ink? You're acting like it. This is a Waterman 92. Okay, that one's getting low on ink. It's usually nice and wet. The only difference between the 52s and the 92s is this one was made of celluloid, and the other are the black chase hard rubber, or however that name goes. So that's the only difference between these, and this one has a broken clip. But real Waterman, stamped and all the things. This one's also severely discolored because celluloid, and it's old. So, you know, but I really enjoy this really stiff but smooth fine line that the manifold nib gives me. And it says manifold under all that ink. So I like that. I want to keep that one. I really enjoy this formal italic that Gina did for me. It's really, really nice. I love this combo with the purple and gold. I'm not big in cracked ice, but I have a couple and we get along really well. So, les bouffe. And this is a formal or crisp medium italic. Beautiful. I have not been using this like I should, even though I love the nib. The ink is too dark. It's reading as black to me, and so that's the first I've opened this pen in, I don't know, a couple weeks maybe, and it wrote right away. It's so nice. I also could not live without Lexi. She's so cute. This is one of my River City pens. Tiny Riot is the blank Strawberry Whip Accents. It was custom made for a different person last January, and by the end of the year she was selling it off. And I recently got this Numazine Butterfly stub nib. Very cute. This is the nib I'm thinking of switching over to the first pen, the London Pen Co. Still quite broad, right? Yeah, but I have a really, really wet ink in here, so I'm guessing it's that. This is the first ink I've used in here. Writes right away. Adorable. It's got shimmer in it, and the shimmery parts are the same pink color. It's so cute. So cute. I need her. I need her. I also need last year's birthday pen. This is the finial from, what is this finial from? Bone Crusher. It's quite a good size. This is the Copper Eclipse blank in the Velma model. I need this one. And I even found a rose gold nib for it. This is the Omniflex Again, I had to switch housings and stuff so it would fit in this section, but now it's in a Yovo housing. So Omniflex, this is fun. It sometimes hard starts, but I'm working on that. There we go. Another one I haven't used in a while. This whole pen case I haven't used in a while. Mother River City. I need this one. Look at this nib. This almost went down as my premium pen because this nib costs more than some of my pens. It's just a fine nib, but it's been hand engraved. Wow, this one's doing great. I haven't used this one in a while. See, I need to keep this one. It's adorable. It's so pretty. I love this material. This is Amethyst Frost. It was made by Coral Creations a few years back. I don't think it's available anymore. Sterling Silver Butterfly Roll Stop. It's so cute. I need that one. I need my Estie with the fine nib. The old style, not engraved, like the scrolls on the side. Yeah, what the nib looks like matters to me. So this is a beautiful fine nib. And it's got a pencil-like sound to it. Whoops. There we go. Look at the match there. Isn't that nice? Maybe a little bit blue, but I think it's good for now. A longtime favorite. This has been such a good pen for me. It's just a little chubby pen, but it's great, and I love the mountains on it. I'm a mountain girl, not a palm tree girl. Notice the palm trees are not being used and the mountains are. This is another really good fine nib. It'd help if I touched the paper. And it's in a, this is not a Mayora, this is a Monteverde. I hear there's a lot of hit and miss with Monteverde. Giant Sequoia. I got a good one. I never have trouble with this thing. It is such a good writer for me. And then I need this one too. I need this one too. There's one other one that I'm like, yes, I definitely need that one. And then there's a couple I'm a little more on the fence about, but I mean, literally 2 pens, 3 pens that I'm a little on the fence about. This, see, she's still getting crusties. What in the world? I switched the nib and I'm still having issues. How can you be so pretty and so annoying? Maybe it's the ink. I'm not sure. It's too new to tell, but I love the body too much. This was my first Christmas pen. And I guess this one's a little more sentimental than the others maybe, but I need to keep her. We are going to figure life out. I'm going to come up with a nice combination, and this is going to work. It's just gonna. She has no choice. Okay, the other one that I definitely need to keep is this one. Look how beautiful. The Abigail Markov Baby, B-E-B-E, in Interstellar. Such a beautiful acrylic. She makes this herself, and it is stunning. This is my other perspective nib. It's naked, but it's beautiful. Medium perspective. So beautiful. Another one that never dries out on me. Ever. I didn't used to have trouble with the Velma, but that Omniflex, yeah. Omniflex. I need to get another rose gold and try that, but rose golds are kind of hard to find. So, yeah, those are the ones I definitely know I would keep. Which ones would I knock out of these 10? You know? I like them all. I like having a pocket pen. One is enough. I definitely want to keep the others. I want to get a new body for this one, but I really like that nib, so I think they all need to stay. I think I need like a 25 pen collection. That's just my sweet spot, but this is still a fun exercise. If you need to know the real name of that, let me know. I think it's Arctic Blue. I'll look it up if somebody actually needs to know, but these are definitely not both Arctic Blast, and I'm pretty sure that's the right one. So, oops. But what a fun exercise. Hopefully you've enjoyed it too. Give it a try yourself. I love watching all these videos, whether I agree heartily or just go, huh, that was interesting. Probably never do that. Next video. It's fine. We all have things to contribute, all have different thoughts, and it's interesting to hear them, especially if you don't have anyone like local to hang out with. Sometimes I just have you on for background noise. So I don't mind. Record the video. Get your thoughts out. That's as therapeutic as using your pens for other things sometimes. So yeah, enjoy. Come again next time. I'll see you next week. So thanks for watching. Bye.